This how-to video will teach you how to say Skwomesh. The word Skwomesh is the name of my people and my people's language. This word has a few separate parts that can be split up and then put back together. So the first part of this word is the letter S. So to say that, you could say S. The next part of the word is I want you to think about your throat and say the letter K and go K. Now I want you to imagine saying it a little bit deeper in your throat and go K. The W's, when they're next to a K or an X, just tell you that your lips need to be rounded. So say K, K, K. But now round your lips and say K, K, K. All you're doing is rounding your lips when you make that sound. So the first one is S, and the next letter is represented by an X with an underline. An X with an underline makes a sound like this. What you're doing is you are causing your throat to make a sound further in your throat. It's similar to when you say things like ugh, like when you smell something really stink, you say ugh. It's also kind of like when you have phlegm in your throat and you're trying to get it out and you go That's one way of thinking about it. So that sound isn't represented by an X with an underline. So that just like the K with the W, you're going to make round your lips when you make that sound. So it's not just, it's actually. So you have the S, then you have the K, underline K with a W, that sounds like, and then you have an X with underline with a W, that sounds like, and then you have a U, and the U has a little accent above it that tells you that this is a vowel in the word that is the loudest vowel of all the vowels. And the U in the Squamish language and Skwomesh language makes a O sound. The last part of the word, which is easier to say, is just mish. So if you put it together, and we'll do this slowly, you have S, O, mish. S, O, mish. S, O, mish. S, O, mish. Now let's slowly put it all together. Skwomesh, 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 Skwomesh. You can also think of the word that the word has two syllables in it. There's the first syllable and the second syllable. So it's just skwo and mish. Skwomesh. The 7 in the middle of the word is just telling you that there is a glottal stop or a brief pause after the first vowel. You can kind of think of this in words like apartment, apartment. Nobody ever really pronounces the T like apartment. The T becomes a bit of a glottal stop. People say apartment. You can hear there's a brief pause after you say apartment. So the 7 in the Skwomesh language does the same thing. It's just signifying that there's a brief pause after something. So in this word, you're saying Skwomesh, Skwomesh, Skwomesh. When you have more natural speech, or when you hear natural speakers speaking kind of more fluidly, some of these things will start to be less emphasized just because in the natural speech, the language is flowing much quicker. So again, to put it all together, you have the Skwomesh, Skwomesh, Skwomesh. One of the last things I'm going to get you to do with me is I'm going to get you to say copycat with me, and we're going to say this in reverse. Sometimes it's actually easier to learn a new word by starting at the back and working your way to the front. You'll see what I mean when we practice this. So start by copycatting me and copycat what I say. So start with mish, mish, wú7mesh, 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 Skwomesh, Skwomesh, Skwomesh. You have now just learned how to say the traditional or accurate way of saying Squamish, which we say Skwomesh.